Hello and welcome to Plus One to Gaming. I'm Chris.
And I'm Eric.
I'm Billy.
And I'm Mark.
And we are assembling for session 5 of Greystock's Notes. Bill, it's been a lot of IRL time since we've last played, but probably not a lot since this podcast was released through the power of editing. So do you want to give us, the players, a little recap of where we left off?
Sure. The Omega Squad, which is what I am calling your group of adventurers, has been tasked to find some notes about planar travel from a wizard named Greystock. You have found his manor, you have explored his manor, and you have found a way to enter his laboratory. And upon entering the sealed laboratory, sealed through magical means, you have encountered just a room of death and destruction and grotesque torn and shredded bodies. And one of those bodies...
I thought you said grotesque porn.
Did you say grotesque porn and shredded bodies?
I thought you said porn.
And by
too.
shredded, do you mean muscular? Or torn to shreds?
Yeah.
These dudes are ripped. And that
Yeah, they are
gross.
ripped, for sure. So one of the bodies that was just completely eviscerated, I mean that in the literal sense, it coalesces from this dark energy that you don't really understand, and it is threatening you. And that is where we left off. So you now are in the room, Greystock's laboratory, and a threatening creature. It seems spectral, but it also seems like it has physical form, like it is tactile. I don't know what do you call it, like not
Corporeal.
Corporeal. It is a corporeal creature.
Corporeal spirit.
Something you don't know.
Does it seem? What's its AC?
I want to find out.
Its AC is. We'll see.
Can I roll to investigate its AC?
What, did we do initiative last time?
I think we did.
We did not. As soon as it
I did
coalesced.
not fucking remember.
Yeah.
thought we
So
did.
if you wanted to roll for initiative,
Do we have to?
Did I click you
Probably.
guys down? Why
I
is-
mean, if the DM asks it, then...
Yes. You don't have to, but that means you go last.
yeah, that's how it works. So, Lord Wizard Claws, you get the jump at this creature, so you are going first. You see this this creature. It's wearing, at least it appears to be wearing armor. It's carrying a hammer, a lucerne, which is like a long a hammer with a very long handle, and it does not look like it is nice and wanting to chat. What do you do?
Ooh, it seems this manor is full of magical pests. He's going to disengage, because he's a cat and has no business being close to fisticuffs with that. And he scurries behind Zyzel and Umrim and says to them, my dear minions, let's take care of this. And I think that's all he can do in terms of spells, because disengages is an action. End of turn.
All right. Umrin, your turn.
Nope.
No, Zyzal, your turn. Sorry. Yeah, 20.
Yep.
Let me switch that around.
If I sound different, it's because he's scared, not because I forgot how to do the voice.
Of course.
Certainly.
Of course. So he is also going to get behind him, right? Wait, I got you though. And I'm gonna cast.
Good lord, you two.
I mean, when he said minions, I think he meant you. You're the strongest one out of all of us. I think you got this.
We do not know that.
You're the right person for this job. I think you're the real fighter, and go kick his ass.
And I cast heroism on Umrin.
We mean it as a compliment.
It's a compliment, trust me.
So I touch him. A willing creature you touch is imbued with bravery.
Be brave.
Until the spell's end, the creature is immune to being frightened. and gains temporary hit points equal to your spell casting ability modifier, which I don't know what is. When the spell ends, target loses any temporary hit points. Okay, so you're immune to fear, and you have. I got to go back to my other thing.
Your charisma bonus.
My charisma bonus. You have 3 extra hit points.
Use them wisely.
Don't,
3.
don't
But
get
they
it.
regenerate each turn, correct?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what that. Hang on. Yes, they do. So you're strong now.
And I'm
So
done. That's the
strong
end.
and
I'm
brave.
I'm immune to.
immune to being scared. Immune to
No.
fear.
Well, that's nice.
I don't know what this thing does, but it might make you scared.
It's a ghost. They're scary.
And you have
So-
regenerative 3 hit points.
Nice.
And I
So
need to track my spell slots somehow.
Yes, please do so.
Somehow that's going to last several weeks, apparently.
Yeah, I don't really know. I think it's on your character sheet, maybe. I don't
I'm gonna
know.
Post-it note.
Put it on there. Umrin, you are feeling empowered through his touch, and you are ready to go at this guy. But unfortunately, he looks like he has a little bit of the jump on you, and he is going to take a step forward. He has his lucerne in both of his hands, and he's going to take a swing with this lucerne at you. And see. All right,
Can
so
slip that pot.
he gets a 16. Does a 16 hit?
Yes.
All right. So he swings down with this lucerne onto you, and you take 8 damage. So those 3
8 damage.
temporary hit points are now gone, and you take 5 damage into your normal health. And it is your turn. You see that he's squared up with you. He wants to. He's ready to swing away. He's not really concerned at the people behind you.
Well, all right then. I will give him a whack with my quarterstaff.
Whack him off.
Yes, well, hopefully you're better poltergeist pugilist than you are door destroyer.
That's a 22.
A 22
That's quite good.
hits. That is very good. And you, he tries to block with his lucerne, but you are able to feint an attack up top, and you hit him down low. So how much damage? 9 bludgeoning
9.
damage. I have an important question to ask you.
Uh-oh.
Is your weapon magical?
'Tis not.
All right. So when you hit him, you feel that there's like some resistance to him. It's just like while he's corporeal, the non-magical weapon just seems like he's not 100% there. So you feel some resistance, but it's not like you were expecting a nice solid thud, and it doesn't feel like that. It feels more like you're going through like a jello. So like it's corporeal, but not quite corporeal. But you feel that he did take some damage. So it is now back to Lord Wizard Claw's turn.
Oh, but wait. I'm going to take... let's see. With martial arts, can make an... Wait, at 5th level I can attack twice.
Sure can.
So I will kind of pull it back out of his ghostly form, spin my quarterstaff around, and hit him on the opposite side again.
Okay.
Two-handed. 11.
So an 11, unfortunately, will miss. You do still have a bonus action. What do you choose to do with that bonus action?
Ooh. Wait, I thought stunning strike was a bonus action. Is it not?
I didn't know you did stunning strike. I thought you just attacked.
No, I was going to use it,
Okay.
but I thought it was a bonus action.
When you hit a creature with a melee attack, spend 1 key point to stun the creature if it fails a DC 13 con save. So yes, I don't think actually that's a bonus action, right?
Mm-mm. Doesn't say
I think it's because it cost me my key, so I think that's the cost for it instead of the bonus action. So I'd like to use that.
Okay.
Is it possible to stun such a creature?
We are going to find out.
It's possible to try.
The
So
moon.
we are going, and it is a con save.
13, yes.
Yeah, so we're going to do a con save.
been so long since I've fucked shit
All
up. This is
right.
kind of fun.
You put that energy into that strike, and you can feel that like he is energy, and that energy does not seem to. He's not as immune to the energy as to like the physical damage of your strike, and somehow you're able to connect with the key of this creature because, well, it's still it's incorporeal ish. It still has the same key structure that you're used to, and you see that he's taken aback a little bit, and he is stunned.
Aha!
So he is
Stay
stunned
right
for
where you are.
1 turn, I would assume, until the end of your next turn. The end of your next turn. Okay, yeah. Well, it is now back to Lord Wizard Claws. He is stunned.
If it's stunned and we attack it, it's not one of those things like sleep where it's like it becomes unstunned, correct?
No.
No. Stunned?
You have sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So the stunned is it automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws because it can't physically move, and any attack rolls against the creature have advantage. So if you do an attack or a ranged attack, any spell that does a ranged attack, it has advantage.
After I stun it, can I peek at it? Like perception check or something?
Yeah.
Since I don't have to focus on it being so aggressive for a second?
Yeah, so
or like ask it a question?
You can.
Like,
What do you want to do? So do you want to try to peek at it? Do you want to try to talk to him, or do you want to like? I will also give you a chance to like kind of investigate the creature to kind of get more clues on what it is.
I'm just gonna like whack him, keep my eyes peeled, examining everything, and just be like, "What are you?"
Why don't you give me a religion check, since it seems to be some sort of an undead creature?
Ooh, I rolled a 6.
Yeah, you don't know. Like you're pretty confident that it is undead, but you don't really know much about what type of undead it is.
Luckily, I phrased that question generally, so it doesn't sound like I was literally asking him.
Yeah, I understand what you meant.
That's one of my skill sets too. That was a bum roll.
You got +3.
Yeah. So it is now Lord Wizard Claw's turn. This creature is stunned.
Nice. My dog just broke in here. Get out. Go. Come on. If I can't get him away. Yeah, so Lord Wizard Claws is going to... What's over here? Are these shelves? Is that what this is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are those like shelves that you see. There's some like gemstones, more like rock, like a... What do you call them? Like rock gemstones,
candy.
I believe is. I don't know. Like not like diamonds, but like opals and stuff. I think those are gemstones.
Damn, that rock candy. Okay.
Yeah.
So he hops up onto the ledge and says, well, I have some magical pests of my own. And he will cast Infestation on the Spectre thing. And that means he has to make I think it's a DC 14 saving throw on Constitution.
All right, let me do another con save. It is an 8.
So he does not save.
He does not save.
Okay, so then it takes... I'm level 5 now. So it takes 2d6 poisonous damage.
All right. You feel that the swarm surrounds him completely, and with their poison stingers, they go to sting him, but it does not look like poison affects him at all.
The most resilient pest.
It is... You want to do anything else? Want to move, or you're hanging out back there with Zyzel? Oh no, you're over
I
on
don't know if it reflected,
That's right.
But he did move.
Yeah,
I did. I moved. My initiative tracker is covering you, but I see you now. Okay.
Yeah, end of turn.
Okay. Zyzel, your turn.
Don't really have a ton I can do to this guy because he's stunned, so I don't want to viciously mock him, and because that won't matter. I think I want to move. He's stunned, so I'm not going to get a opportunity of attack moving past him. Correct?
Correct.
How much can I move? There's so many ways. A lot. 5,
Yeah, you
10,
you have
15, 20,
plenty.
20. Okay, I'm going to just go back here. If I'm here, is that considered flanked? If I'm shooting them with arrows?
No, flanked.
I gotta be like right next to him.
It has to be melee. You can't
Okay.
flank with ranged.
I don't want to do that, so I'm just
You
gonna
have
shoot.
advantage
How?
from him being stunned.
Yeah, you can't dodge.
No, type.
Yes, shoot the
Just-
ghost with your arrow with Umran standing on the opposite side of it.
Just for the
Go
sake of
very well.
Mythospine, don't miss.
Yeah.
Aim
shouldn't
true,
have.
little green man.
You can deflect missiles, right?
I can, yes. But I have to send them back at you, so
All right, so with
don't play.
a 25.
So I assume that hits.
Yes, it does hit.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. 5 piercing.
All right, so I believe you have a +1, which is a
It's-
magical weapon, correct?
Yes.
So-
Well, it's +1. I don't know if it's magical.
I think
How does that work?
+1 is a
Does it shoot magical projectiles? Because you can also get +1 like ammunition, right?
I think a +1 crossbow is for the purposes of
purpose
a
of this.
magical weapon.
Yeah.
It should, I believe. I believe it is magical. +1 is magical.
But I guess if you shot if you had a normal longbow and you
Mm-hmm.
shot a magical +1 arrow, is it
Yeah.
the same effect essentially?
Basically, yes.
Yeah.
But you run out of those. Does +1 have to be magic? No.
I'm pretty sure that
It-
that's what it means.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is a magic weapon.
Yeah, ammunition fired from projectile weapon with an enhancement bonus +1 or higher is treated as a magic weapon. So yes, I thought so. I just want to double check. We can edit all this out and
Nope,
and act like we
don't.
knew it all the time.
The people need to know.
People need to know.
People
Well, because
need-
it's different though.
yeah.
Like if you're shooting with a magical gun, you're shooting magical bullets, or if you have magical bullets in a normal gun,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, like I could have had a regular crossbow and found 10 magical arrows, or
Yes.
10 +1 arrows, but I
Yeah.
gotta keep track of those things.
Yes, correct. You can do other.
but it's
things.
also like if you're attacking a creature that's like I'm immune to magical damage, is a bullet fired from a magical gun magical like that?
No, it's the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as one of those things is magic.
Mhm.
So it looks like
twang.
those when it goes through, you can see that it's also not quite corporeal, but the energy of the magical energy emitted from the crossbow seems to act like it sticks in him, just like if it was if it was a fully corporeal creature. And it is his turn, and he is stunned, and now he has a crossbow bolt in the back, and you see that he's getting angrier, but he's still stunned. But you can see like his eyes are glowing redder,
Well
red
done.
glowing eyes.
Perforate
And it
that
is
poltergeist.
And it is back to Umran. It is your turn.
I mean,
He's
you
still
got-
stunned.
You have 3 more health.
What's wrong there is being some kind of undead abomination taxing. I'm going to attack again.
Okay.
And then 17 to hit.
That is a hit.
4 damage.
Okay. So you see that he once again takes some damage with that.
So that, and then I'm going to use Flurry of Blows as my bonus action.
Okay.
So after you take the attack action, spend 1 key to make 2 unarmed strikes.
But you still get one more attack, a normal attack, because you get 2
Oh,
attacks. Yeah.
Forgot.
So then
But-
you have.
But he can only do that if his attack hits. Right?
No, like
No? Okay.
as a monk with level 5, when you take the attack action, you get 2 attacks.
It's a
Yeah, yeah.
25 hit
Yeah. Yes, of course it hits. And
and 5 damage.
all right, and now you do
So-
2 unarmed attack with your bonus action.
Okay, so
I think I gave you unarmed on this sheet,
yeah, I
right?
got it on here. 14.
14 is
14.
a hit. He
it's a hit.
looks like he's offensive minded. He's not. He's all for doing as much damage as possible. So we're just doing 8. So you would do 8 damage. I believe your unarmed strikes are not magical at this level either. I think it's certain level you get
Sixth
it.
level, I think.
Yeah, I think it's 6th level. So once again, you feel it like your unarmed strike goes into him, and it feels like it's like
Yeah.
a super jelly. Like it's substantial but not quite.
But it It does.
It does some damage.
I don't
Oh,
need
yeah, all of
magical fingernails or
everything
anything.
everything you need to do. It's doing damage. It's not doing full damage. It's behind the screen. He is resistant to non-magical damage. If you haven't guessed,
I am going to use Hands of Harm. So I'm going to spend another key. Deal necrotic damage equal to my martial arts die, which is 1d6. 6 necrotic damage.
okay. So
He's not. Is stun considered incapacitated? I forget.
it is.
No way.
Yeah.
If
Stunned is your yeah.
If incapacitated or poisoned, the creature takes necrotic damage equal to 3 rolls of your martial arts die instead. So I need to roll that twice more.
Twice more.
Ooh,
Wow.
Yes.
Harm in hands.
Harming them.
2, 5, 6. That's 11, 13.
And then I have my last unarmed strike.
Okay. You're going all out, using all your key. That's a hit.
Well, this is from that was just chained off of my first unarmed strike from Fury of Blows.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
For
So
additional.
4 more damage. Okay. So it's not surprising that you hit him with this necrotic damage. You know enough about undead creatures to know that sometimes necrotic damage on undead is not as effective as some, but it does look like it does kind of disrupt his life force a little bit. So he does take damage on all of those attacks. He is looking worse for wear.
I am going to wait, how far can I move?
I believe 25 is yours. Wait, no, you're human, so 30. 40. Oh,
I get
yeah.
10. I get
Monks.
10 as a monk trait.
As a monk, yeah.
Monks are moving.
I have 10,
movable.
15.
Yep.
I'm going to move to this corner of the
All right.
room.
Perfect. He does not get an opportunity attack because he is still until the
Like
end
a
of your
big
turn.
old dummy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And so now you see you move. Just when you move out of reach, you see him snap back, and he swings his lucerne at you, but you are out of reach by that time, and you can see that he is back to full capabilities. He is not at full strength. He is damaged quite a lot. It doesn't show in the same ways that he doesn't have open wounds, but you can tell that this semi-corporeal image is starting to
I'm
to
just
lose detail at the edges.
I'm giving him like so many fists of fury, then
Punching them all.
sliding out to the side of the room, standing there,
Karate.
pull my staff back out, getting ready because I know he's coming.
We'll see. It is Lord Wizard Claw's turn.
Zap him with your magic fingers, little cat.
So you are aware now that he is immune to poison and resistant to necrotic.
Ungren, most impressive. Yes, you are very much better than those windows before. Let me show you how it's done. He's going to use Mind Bite cantrip.
Mind Bite.
So he needs to save Intelligence DC 14.
That's what to save. Okay. Intelligence, you say.
Smart.
He's a very smart boy.
Smart ghost.
Yeah. Wow. It is. He has a -2 intelligence, but he rolled a 15, which gives it a 13. Is that enough?
No.
Okay.
Roll 2.
What is Mind Bite? Is that renamed or is
Sounds
that
awesome.
Yeah, it's Mind. I think it's like Mind Sliver.
Sliver? Mind Bite's a way better name.
Well, I was gonna call it Cat Scratch Fever because that's like a thing if you get cats. But it does 2d6 damage, and he takes subtract 1d4 from his next saving throw that it makes before my next turn.
Okay.
So if he has to make a saving throw between, then I'll just jump in with that debuff. So 9 psychic damage, and that's the end of his turn. Go get him, Umrin. You're doing great.
Yeah, he's and what type of and it's psychic damage or
This is psychic.
Yeah.
Is that a type of damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
The psychic energy.
Psychic damage is a type of energy. Okay, yeah, and he is psychic does not it seems to go right through him because his brain is still. He still has psychic waves. I don't know what the psychic energy damage is, but it looks like he got hit and quite a bit. 9 whole damage.
Dang.
And it is Zizal's turn.
So if I'm looking at this dude, does he look like he's gonna last a round
Of you or
before he hits again? I don't know. Because
I mean, it
it's
depends
me
on how
and
much
then him, right?
Yes, it is you and then him. He doesn't look like he is like about to die.
Okay.
I would say, he's taken some damage, but he doesn't look like he is.
He's not on like
cusp of
death's
death.
door. Okay.
Yeah, he's not on
That
death's door.
changes what I need to do because I don't want him to hit us because he hits hard, and we can. None of us can heal.
True.
So it is damage mitigation time. I am going to viciously mock him.
All right.
So what did the skeleton... Or, shit, hang on. Why didn't the skeleton laugh at the joke? Because he doesn't have a funny bone.
And then I shoot magic mean words at him, I guess.
That ranged spell attack.
Pichu! Hang on. Pichu!
Oh, it's a wisdom save.
Oh, he
Yeah,
has
so
to take 1d4 off of that.
Yep, that was clutch. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So wisdom save, and it is
But it's
1d4 off. Before the 1d4 is off, he rolled a 9. Is that?
Yeah, the save is 14.
Yeah. So he already failed. I'll just for the funsies. He rolled a 6.
You rolled a
Once I
6.
took off the 3 also.
So it looks like it's only the first one because I clicked this twice. So it looks like you rolled it all in the one. So he took 1 damage.
Yeah.
But he also has disadvantage on
Perfect.
the next attack roll he makes, hoping not at me.
Yeah. Perfect.
Zaza, I don't want to ruin your joke, but anatomically speaking, there is no such thing as a funny bone.
Yeah, it's a not atomical thing. It's like, you gotta, you don't. Some people got different bones. I'm also gonna move behind Umran.
Good.
Back
So-
here with this cat.
All right.
You're crowding me, everyone.
Blocking for us, Umran.
Spread out. Good lord, did no one ever teach you the basic strategies of combat?
No, and you're the one that moved in the corner.
Yes, have you not seen I am a cat?
I was a little scared, Green.
You each had the other corners. This was the only one left to size.
He has a 1 in 3 chance of picking each corner. And one, I don't like those odds. Now he'll pick you.
I
Get in front of me and take these hammer
fair,
blows.
fair enough. I'll take
Block
what's
him with your
coming.
face.
All right. So he's stunned a little bit from that the intrusive abilities that both targeted his mind. He's not used to that, and you see him getting angrier and angrier, and he lunges towards Umran with his lucerne held high, and he just takes a single swing down at Umran.
Well played, provoking that poltergeist.
So he rolls a 21 against your AC.
With the disadvantage?
No, he does not roll 21. He has disadvantage. He rolls a 11 against AC.
Welcome.
That would glance right off of my linen robes.
All right. So you sidestep easily this downward chop, and you see the rage build in him, and he swings one more time at you with all of his strength. And he does not have disadvantage on this one, correct?
Correct.
It's just the next one. Yeah, so he swings, and is it a 20 hit you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sure does.
All right, and you take 11 points of damage.
-3 because you have that 3 extra health.
Yeah, so
Well, I'm keeping track of it.
yeah, however you do it, you take 11 points of damage. But you see that this second swing has overexerted himself. He is off balance, and as a martial character, you know that every attack this round will have advantage on him because he is off balance. And it is your turn, Umran.
Oh, that hurt quite bad.
I'd say you absorbed that blow
Okay.
quite well, Umran.
Thank you. Appreciate your confidence, Cat.
Appreciate your
to-
constitution.
I'm gonna bring my quarterstaff two-handed up again, hard for 2 attacks for my normal attacks. A 9.
Misses.
But do I have advantage? Or he just has disadvantage?
No, you have advantage, so it'd be a 17.
17.
Yeah. Hits. Yeah.
5 bludgeoning.
Okay.
21 for another 4 bludgeoning.
Okay.
Let's see. I got a couple key points left here. I will. Oh, wait a minute. God, monk is complicated. Make an extra unarmed strike when you take the attack action. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now too.
That was your second attack. Is that extra unarmed? Oh no! Oh yeah, your normal bonus action, unarmed strike. Okay, yes. So with the 20 hits
For 7.
Wow, that's good unarmed
punching
damage.
harder than you're hitting with a stick.
Yeah.
How is it 7?
Monk's scale, their one arm strike, like 2d4.
1d6. Yeah, it doesn't become magical, but their fist rolls or unarmed strike rolls start as d4, then d6, and increase.
Then I will exert another key point to use Hands of Healing on myself. Oh no, wait, can't do that because I already took an action.
Yes.
Monk is complicated.
Yeah, well, you could have used
do that, but it says as an action you can spend one key point.
Yeah,
so
you can also
weird
use for flurry of blows. You can turn one of your flurry of blows into Hands of Healing. I think also, right? It's like a weird thing that you can do. You can do a bunch.
Yeah, shit's real complicated.
Yeah, monks are definitely the most complicated with their action economy by far.
I'm gonna just use Hands of Harm again because I already erased it off my board and I don't know where my marker went.
Okay.
So
he's not. It's just a d6.
It's just 1d6 this time.
Yeah.
2.
All right.
Then
so
I'm fucked. I want to spend my last key point to do Step of the Wind, disengage, and move to this corner of the room.
There's a little room. He's probably going to be able to get there.
Yep, okay. He sees you. You see that as you do that, he's not able to swing his lucerne at you because your movements are so quick. But you see that his eyes are tracking you. He has eyes only for you. And it is Lord Wizard Claw's turn. You see that this guy is now on death's door. It's pretty obvious for everybody that his that red mist is leaking out of him in a bunch of areas. It's not quite blood, but it's whatever the essence that has formed to give him substance is barely holding him together.
Hey, look over here, Mr. Skeleton.
He did.
He's creating a distraction.
There you are. If anyone wants to join in the battle. A wide open target.
And you know that any attack against him has advantage. Whether that's ranged spell, anything. Because he is off balance still from that awkward swing that he took at Umrin.
Oh, look at these shiny stones over here. Do any of them have any inherently magical properties?
You in the 6 seconds that you're looking at it in your turn, you don't really know. They just look like normal, large but normal gemstones. Like you see a bunch of an opal, tourmaline, normal gemstones that you recognize that are used for planar spells.
Okay.
Planar spells are gem based.
Yeah, like one of these nice ones here. He'll paw at it for a moment and then give it a good whack. As he does, he imbues it with a bit of magic and casts Catapult. I get to roll twice because of advantage.
Yep.
Okay. 18 to hit. Or wait, is this another dex
No,
save?
I think it's a DC 14 negates. It's a dexterity save.
Hold on.
Correct?
I don't remember if this is a ranged. Yes, it must make a dex. I can't remember which are dex save is and which are ranged attack rolls.
Yeah.
Sorry. So it is a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, does he he rolled a 17. Does he save
saves.
Completely?
He saves completely. Yes, so there's not any
on a save they take half.
Right. There's not one of
so
those
then
things.
no.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then you just see that you it's heavier than you thought it was, like this big stone. And so when you give it the effort, but it kind of falls a little short. And
Tourmalines are denser than they appear.
Yes, indeed. And he'll move over here and on the shelf.
It's just like my real cat followed me all around the room.
all right, is that your
Checking on
turn?
you. Yes, that is the end of his turn.
All right, Zyzel,
Gonna shoot him with my bow.
shoot him with that bow. You have advantage.
Hit you.
You hit.
Ooh.
You.
You see he's turned towards Umrin, and your magical crossbow, the bolt, just strikes him right where his neck would be. And even though you don't see any blood, the mist starts to dissolve from his body. He holds his neck up, and as he collapses, as if he was just shot with a bolt, which is exactly what happened. But you see, like, he's acting like he's choking to death as this undead creature. You know that's not true. But as he fades, you see that his eyes actually turn from red to blue, and the mist dissolves, and he is dead. Congratulations.
He's dead again.
You, Amryn, why don't you roll me another a religion check?
Religion.
Yeah. Now that you've seen this thing.
Yeah.
So with a 10, you know at least what he's called. You've heard of these things. It's a type of wraith. You don't remember too much about it, but you know that sometimes that spirit energy can hang around if they feel that these really violent acts if brought them down, if they felt that something wasn't fair, if it wasn't, if they have a hatred or remorse or these really strong actions or emotions that have right when they die, that they can cause these wraiths to form. And you could see by how it dissolved that emotion had actually surpassed. So not only did you kill the creature, but you released that spirit. So you actually did a bit of good here.
It must have been one of the slain in this room. Couldn't let go of this plane.
Yeah, you see his body is still there. It never actually moved. It was like this coalesced force that mirrored his body, but his body is still there.
Was there any indication on any papers or anything? Can I find his name?
It doesn't. If you scroll through his body, you don't really see papers or anything like that. You do see he's holding a +1 lucerne.
Ooh, lucerne. Now we get to say that a whole bunch of times still.
Yes, I could discern from this lucerne if I use the identify spell.
I don't know how to spell that.
You can tell that it's got an air of, it's higher quality and got an air of magic, but it is
I hope he finds a better afterlife.
It's LURCERNE.
LUCERNE. Yeah.
Lucerne.
I think it's also a city in
I believe it's named after Lucerne, Switzerland. Yeah.
Fucking Swiss. It looks gnarly.
Yeah.
More importantly, Umrin Zyzel, you conducted yourself with much admiration during that encounter. Here, have a treat. And he gives you each a little cat-shaped sweet and savory treat for you.
Yum.
Yes, well done.
What I need is some patching up, not a snack.
Yeah, you got hit with that hammer pretty hard, but you took it like a champ.
Yes, and surely you've worked up an appetite from using all that key.
Oh, is that what that was? That was keys? I saw you start glowing. That was cool.
No, we already found the keys, so that's how we got in here in the first place. Remember?
Yeah, keys and keys.
Umrin kicked that door before to bring them up.
The key was underneath the bear, remember? Like I said.
The key was the friends we made along the way. And magic.
Can I use my Hands of Healing even if it is out of combat?
Yeah, didn't you say you're out of key though? How many keys you got left?
None.
Do you you can take it.
You can use it out of combat, but
you
you
said
can't.
yes.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
So-
You're right. I am out according
So,
to my little tracker.
Do you get any key back on a short rest?
Do I? I don't think so. I'll have to
So
refresh. Do I get my? When does those little temporary hit points go away, Eric?
Well, he hit you with those hit points, so they're gone.
Well, I know, but he said something about them. I
Well,
never
how long
seen
does
them
the
that
heroism
that
spell?
came back every.
They
turn
come
or
back
whatever.
every round. Hang
But
on,
then
let me
they'll
go
go
back.
away, so it's not something that it doesn't heal you.
They're also
Yeah.
they're temporary hit points too. So
Yeah,
they
they're
don't
just-
Let me
add to
go
your...
back to the spell. What is it called? Heroism. Where's duration? 1 minute. So they last for a minute.
So you still have the temporary hit points, but they're going to go away after the minute. So I wouldn't adjust
Don't
your
count on them.
health.
Yeah.
Yeah, so short or long rest, I can regain my strength, but
Short
not
rest
like
is
a
10
rest
minutes.
of some sort.
It's-
I'm actually feeling pretty good and jazzed up. Like I haven't ever really fought something that big in a while, and maybe even ever. That was kind of crazy.
You did
Yeah,
quite
you
good,
have-
Zazzle.
You did.
I also
you
didn't get
quite
hit
well.
with a hammer, so I understand
I
that
mean-
you're feeling rough.
Everyone has their roles on the field of battle. You did quite well, though.
I
It was a
appreciate
nice attempt with the rock. Lord Wizard calls.
I missed.
Yeah, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take though, and you took that one, so that's good.
It's true. I tried.
If you're
Yes.
feeling jazzed, you can feel free to fight everything else in the house.
Well, that ain't. I mean,
Rest a moment.
like you said, we got roles, and my role right now is I'm trying to figure out what the hell is happening in here, and I'm gonna.
Can you tell me a
Shoot,
joke? Make me feel better.
My jokes don't work like that yet. They might after we leave here, and I learn some different jokes.
You don't have any kind of Song of Rest type feature, do you?
I don't know.
Oh no, your character.
I think I do. Hang on, Song of Rest.
You can use the soothing music. It ain't gonna be music. Oh shit! I made it go away.
I want you to sing like a lullaby when he's trying to rest. You're like, a lullaby. And good night.
Omerin, you did great.
If you or friendly creatures who can hear your performance regain hit points by spending hit dice. What is the different? What is that? I don't understand this.
Okay, so when you take a short rest, you take the hit dice that you have, which for each of your characters is 5 because you're 5th level, and then you can roll as many of those you want on a short rest, and you regain those health. So that's what a short rest does.
Mhm.
On top of that, with Song of Rest, you get to add a d6 to it. Correct?
Good lord, we don't even have that much health.
An
Yeah,
extra
D6. Yeah, so use the Song of Rest first. Can I only do this once?
No, you do
No,
every
it's-
time someone takes a short rest.
They just
Oh,
get
sorry.
extra. You just get they get more health back.
Yeah. But I
Yes, but
figured.
you've got to do a tight 5 though.
Yeah, we got a type 5. Okay, so
I hop up on a thing.
no, I didn't have a type 5 prepared, but let me open a tab of skeleton jokes I had earlier. Open, and we'll do a quick little session. So why are skeletons so calm? Because nothing gets under the skin.
Because they don't have any.
Because they don't have it. Yeah, you got it. Why did the
Not
skeleton go
valid,
to the
actually.
dance? Why didn't the skeleton go to the dance? Because he had no body to dance with. Oh,
He's lacking
And these-
muscles and ligaments. That is
And
an
these-
anatomically correct joke, Siles. Very good.
that one is. I had some bony jokes earlier from like that '90s guy, Bony, leave me alone, but I couldn't find a good time to use them. And he throws that card out. He's got little flashcards. What's a this is so dumb. What's a skeleton's favorite plant? A bonsai. Oh, and you should be feeling.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's enough.
Yeah, you
Thank
should.
you.
You should be feeling better by now.
Let's workshop that last one.
You feel
you
better
know,
or worse, Umrin?
They can't all be winners.
So, Armin, how many hit dice are you going to roll? So you have 5d.
Use
eight?
the extra 1d6 first, right?
I mean, whatever you take, you just roll an extra 1d6 on top of it. So
Yeah, he has to roll
It's-
minimum of 1.
yeah,
I can choose how many I roll.
yeah. You don't regain them until a long rest. So if you think you're going to take another short
I
rest,
gotcha.
you get what you're saying? Those are the maximum you can have.
I'm gonna do 2.
2. Okay, so roll 2d8, right? Because the monk is 8.
Yep.
Oh,
Plus
13.
1d6, right?
what is
Alright.
happening here?
So you
I
got 13
did the
and then
wrong
a
thing
6.
first.
Holy shit, so you got
Ooh.
19.
Way to max
Or-
out that song of rest. Joke of
Yeah,
rest.
so add 19. Okay, so you're at max health again.
Woo.
Yeah, that's great.
So
31
while,
of 33.
Yes, what were you doing?
while Zazel is doing jokes and Umran's resting, could Wizard Claws use those 10 minutes to investigate the room?
Absolutely. So let's see if I will read what I said last time. So you see, actually, no, I won't read it all. But you see the summoning circle in the center of the room. It is a permanently installed summoning circle with some bits that are interchangeable, so that he could use that summoning circle base to summon whatever he needs. You already looked, and you don't really recognize what the configuration is right now. You see that he has some shelves on the north wall with his desk. You see some shelves on the west wall with a bunch of large to medium-sized gemstones. So the large ones are on the top, and then throughout the rest, they go down to smaller. And then you see also just some gemstone dust. And you know, as a wizard, that certain spells take different quality and size gems for reagents. So, you know, some just take dust, some take full, like, fist-sized gems, and they are very expensive sometimes.
Cool.
Can I oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
You're healing.
That's true.
What
you
about
can
like,
look around while you're resting. You're just tired.
I'm just looking for metals, like pressure, any sort of
I think you
metals
want a
around.
fucking marathon or something when you're looking for a medal.
Yeah, so you don't see any actual like chunks of precious metal. It is not something. Metal isn't used for those
Just
planar
gems.
spells. It's gems, and you know just enough. It's just common knowledge that like each like plane has like an associated gem that kind of is the key to that planar magic. So like a ruby is the fire gem. So like if you want to do something for the fire realm, it uses rubies. So ruby dust, do the smaller ones up to ruby fist size to open up an actual planar gate. Take like looks like those big fist sized gems that Lord Wizard Claw's already threw. Those would be used for planar travel.
yes, it seems this wizard used this room to open planes. This is like a proverbial portal gateway to whole other worlds. Can you imagine?
Is there a way to sniff out routes or where they were coming and going, whence and forth and all that?
Yes, well, we could look at some of the components used in these spells because they correlate to specific realms. Plus, with some of the notes we found, I think we might be able to piece some of it together. Can you look in the desk too? Like, we haven't really checked out his desk. That
Yeah, so you're going to open up his desk.
Yeah.
All right. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
I was going to ask.
Oh,
I was going to
He's a
ask if
cat,
he
though.
could look at it and like investigate first, but
Yeah. So it looks like a desk. I mean, you wouldn't have been able to see he's a very high-powered wizard. It just looks like a normal, like it's kind of rough. It's not fancy like the other ones. This is his main writing desk, so it's got, it's kind of rough and tumble, like scratches and gouges in it just from use. It's not for show. This is for his work. This is his true work desk. The other one in his study or in his bedroom was like his fancy correspondence desk where he wrote letters and stuff. His official business.
Well, I did say he was going to investigate it, so I'll roll that dex save because Umran got blown up,
I know. That's why I was waiting to see.
Uh-oh.
So you got a 9, right? That's what it is.
Let me check if I want to make sure my character sheet doesn't give me any just for falling damage.
Just for falling damage?
Yeah.
All right. All right. So when you so I'd use Mage Hand to open up all this stuff, right?
I mean, that's the only way he's able to
To manipulate things. So I'm actually going to give you a benefit to say that, like, since you're not standing right there, you do have advantage against this dexterity saving throw because you are not like he designed it for somebody who's standing right over it, pulling open a drawer. a small jet of flame shoots out when you open up that desk. But since you're on the ground or wherever you are and you use your mage hand, it misses you completely. It wouldn't make any sense because you're not where the intended target is.
Yeah, I think he's standing he's sitting on top of the desk, butt on it, and uses it to open it, and it's just flame shoots straight up.
Yeah, just like it would be aimed at somebody's face, whoever is sitting there trying to do it. So,
right.
But yeah, you're able to avoid that. It's just
right next to it.
Yeah, it's a minor flame spell. It's not meant to. It's more of a secondary protection. This is a fully warded room already, so it wasn't like a deadly spell. This is just minor extra protection. But with that,
you a wizard's man's.
You have a few. The fire is hot enough that you have a few singed hairs and whiskers, but you don't actually take any damage. And inside the desk, you see random items for study. So you see some more of those white chalk marks, or chalk to write marks on. You see some ink pad, some pens, and you actually see two pages that are loose, and you also see a book that you don't really know what it is. It's almost like a journal.
So yeah, he'll use Magic Paw to scoop those out and lay them across the desk.
Okay. So you see that the
Sasso, come look what I found.
Yeah.
What is it?
I believe it's notes.
Do you see something?
No.
You see something?
No.
What could be?
Are you playing tricks, Cat?
Do you see it yet?
I don't see anything.
So you see, it's not there. It wasn't within the box; it was in the desk. Says Lord Greystock, thank you for providing your research. It will further our path towards enlightenment and unity. In return, here's the device you requested. It is extremely fragile and irreplaceable. We will not ask why you need it. We only ask that you do not divulge your source for it, as perception can be rather troubling. If word gets out about this, we will know it came from you and will act accordingly. And you see at the bottom, it is signed with not with a symbol. And this is the symbol that you see. Triangle. Looks like a sun and maybe like a road leading to the sun. You see it?
Yes. Yes.
All right. So these that's the signature on the signature block is just it's more of a symbol than it is a signature. So it is some sort of group that is from that uses this symbol as their sign off. Those are that. That's actually one. I thought it was two. It's two letters, but it's actually all on one. So you see one letter, and you see that like a journal.
Yes. Well, leave it to a wizard to elicit components in their research. But what is this mark? Can we do? I guess would that be intelligence to see if any of us recognize the mark or symbol?
Yeah, so you could do intelligence.
Like
you could do
investigation.
Yeah,
insight?
whatever you think that you want. Like if you can roll just a straight investigation, but if you want to specifically see if it's like a historical symbol, or if somebody wanted to use something else that you think would give you a better benefit, but it would be limiting the scope. So I'll let you do intelligence to just generally find information about it, but.
Wizard Claws will search his.
Oh shit! I for sure know about this.
Nice. Wizard Claw's going to go at it from a magical angle.
Yeah. So it's Lord Wizard Claws. You don't know of this. This isn't like a magic symbol. This doesn't really have anything to do with like arcana that you know of. Like this isn't a group for arcana. But Zizal, you recognize this. You've seen this before. It is. You see. You don't really know much about this, but you know that you've seen this symbol with some people that it may be cultish. You know that some people that you thought seemed to be like in a cult, have you seen them mention this symbol or hold this symbol? Umran, you don't know shit.
Like in the city, just around.
Yeah, specifically in the city. So like you've been around, you know this, but you've seen this symbol. You don't know much about it, but you know that it has cult. It's like a symbol of some group, but you know that this group, others see it as a cult. You know, they don't see themselves as a cult, obviously. But, yeah.
You do.
It's not a religious cult, and it's Amrin. You know that, and it's not an arcane cult. It's just like a normal old fun cult.
They play bridge on Saturdays.
Yeah.
I've seen this symbol around, like in some of the parties I would entertain at. Like, rich people don't know that you're watching. Like, they don't care what you see. I've seen this. It's a cult, or at least people acted like it was a cult, but I don't really know much about it.
But it seems like they had some kind of deal or providing something of value to Lord Greystock. If we look around the room, can we find anything that might be match this description, like an incredibly fragile or delicate type of like magical relic?
You could look around the room. There is still that journal that you saw. If you wanted to read that,
we'll dig into that.
Yeah. So let me get that to you. So when you look into the journal, you see that it's not actually like research notes as much as you want. It's more like the scribblings of things. Like, this isn't what he put his official research notes. His more of a research journal where he wrote down like trivial matters that he thought he would, that aren't important enough for the actual journal that he would share his knowledge with, but just like, when he's scribbling and taking notes on amounts of reagents to use and things like that, it's
like his working drafts.
It's his working drafts. And you scroll through it and you see that the beginning of the journal is written in very fine, neat handwriting. And then as it gets towards the end, you see that it's the scribblings become totally different handwriting, way more manic, way sloppier. And you see the second to last page has this research entry in there. It's more of like him talking to himself. Does everybody see it? It's Mark on?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see it.
So it says, let's see if I remember his voice. I don't remember. Without the help of Rochelle, I'm finding it very difficult to maintain my research notes during experimentation. Maybe there is a solution that keeps my hands free. I will have to think on this for a while. Then you turn the page, and you see the last entry in here.
Clearly, this wizard has not had the benefit of a helpful magic paw.
Yeah, so you know that Rochelle is the name of the research assistant that was lost. You've heard in some of those other journals that somehow she was his research assistant in the university. She was lost. You don't really know how or where, but that's the reason why he was kicked out of the university. That was Rochelle, also known as Shell. So this last research entry says, I had to call in my last favor, but the device came in today. You should be able to pick up the rate of my research now, not me. I just can't let anyone get a hold of the records. I think I know the perfect place to store it, out of reach and at a stable temperature.
So these notes, they're not his research notes, but more notes about his work? Is that what you're saying?
Well, it appears to be the method behind the madness.
Looks like quite literal madness towards the end here.
Seem that way. But grief can drive one to do horrible things.
That's too true.
Yes,
Well,
but what of this device? And what of these records? Do you think that is what the university is after, or is it these notes here? I'm a bit confused.
Yeah, notes is kind of a very vague.
I feel like they'll want to know every detail of his experimentation, so
Yeah.
I would think whatever he's hidden is the most valuable, and they're the ones we should seek out. But Where would someone hide? Where would you hide your notes if you could write? I assume you can't.
Oh, I would hide them in a different plane, of course. Or in my trusty pouch of holding where no prying eyes could reach them.
That would be out of reach.
And depending on what plane you chose, you could choose one that has a stable temperature. I'm not sure why
I
that
feel
would
like-
matter.
Yes. Maybe there were some reagents with it as well that needed to be stored properly.
Yes, or the device itself was just very delicate.
Most of the stable temperatures I've ever seen for storage are simple, root cellars, underground catacombs,
Yeah. Yeah, that's.
barrel storage, things like that.
I mean, if I ever had to hide something growing up, I would just put it on the floorboard. Like, that way. I mean, putting it in another plane feels like anybody can get it while you're not watching, you know?
Yes, but if you dig a hole, that same is true.
Maybe you just dig a hole in the woods.
Maybe we'll start on this plane and move on. We can't find it here.
Yes, we'll start on this plane, and then we'll start digging holes.
Chris, why don't you roll me an Arcana check?
Okay. Arcana starts with an A. 19 to Arcana.
Okay, with a 19, you're pretty confident that that this has to do with the that security system that you've seen. Those this device is that security system. That because you see in here, if you look around, you see that there are those cameras, and they're set up specifically to capture video of his research, so that he could capture video and then scribe the notes afterwards, so he doesn't have to do both at the same time.
Oh, perhaps it has something to do with these divination scrying mechanism he set up. He did mention he wanted to free up his hands to manage his research better. So it's possible there's some sort of central nexus where all of this information's being collected. And perhaps there are the notes that the university is looking for. And maybe even more clues to some other magical treasures.
And you're pretty confident that this device, like communicating with these little remote cameras, it would have to be on this plane. They wouldn't be able to send that, communicate with each other if they're on separate planes.
Yes, so unfortunately we'll not be visiting any additional planes on this journey. We can still dig some holes, Zazzle, if you like.
Yeah, that's more in my wheelhouse. I'm not really super excited about going to the plane of fire or whatever, lightning.
And Zazzle, I'll tie it in with your intelligence check. That kind of, when he mentions that it's this listening device, it makes perfect sense that some sort of weird cult would be the ones that would provide this to him. You could see why they would want to have devices where they could keep track of things. Keep an eye on some of their cult members or the cult going on. Because cults are all about control, and what gives you more control than being able to watch over everybody or whatever you want. So you can see that's why they don't want this device to get in the wrong hands.
Yes. Scrying is powerful magic, to be certain.
Yeah. So,
Is there anything on these skeletons and these boxes?
Yeah, so you look through those chests. So you see there are quite a few of these reagents for spells. I would say if you collected them all, you'd probably have about 50 gold pieces worth of reagents. That's how much you could sell them for. Most of the reagents you can't really sell a full price from just some random. Wizards only want to buy reagents from like trusted sources because they don't want their spells to go wrong. So the aftermarket for like things like magical reagents is not great.
If we wanted to harvest them to make stuff, could we also use it for that instead of monetary? Like, we have enough components for these like usable consumables.
Yes, so you absolutely could. you could definitely harvest them for reagents for the like alchemy and things like that. I don't know off the top of my head how much. I'd have to do the math and figure out what you could get for them. But
Yeah, we can do that after
we can
session,
do that
too.
offline. I'll figure that out. But yes, you know that they could be used for alchemy spells. You could resell them at a decreased value of about 50 gold, or you could save them up and you could wait until you knew planner spells and you could use those. You trust that they're of high quality because he's a high powerful wizard, but nobody would believe you if you said, "Oh, I found these, fell off the back of a truck. I promise they're really good."
You wouldn't believe a magical talking cat.
All right. So where are you doing? I think I described everything else in this room. There's really nothing else in that desk. Is there
These
anything
bodies
else
don't have +1. Oh, we already got 1+1 hammer.
Yeah. So that was by far the best combatant in this room. Had the +1 lucerne. Everybody else just has old iron and steel weapons and hide and leather armor. They're ruffians. They are thugs, and they have thug equipment.
So these are the okay. I didn't know who these skeletons were.
Yeah, so if you look at it, you see that they're all you do not see anything but thugs. You don't see any high class person in here.
Okay.
Perhaps they were trapped in here and left to die.
Something, maybe.
Well,
this room stinks.
in that case, let's get out of here. With that, let's egress.
I do.
All right.
I do think we should find the central nexus for this scrying system. I'm sure we could learn a great deal of information once we do.
Amran, you mentioned that often stable temperatures are root cellars. You know that there was a downstairs cellar by the kitchen. There was stairs that went down that you have not explored yet. I don't know if you remembered that.
Then
Yes, that's. I think we should. The next logical place is to check there.
Yes. Disembodied voice, can you transport us there for convenience?
Disembodied voice will. Give me a second.
we're on the second floor, right? Yeah.
You are on the second floor. So yeah, let me give me 5 seconds to
I'm going
pull
to keep
everybody
moving
down.
so you can't copy me.
So you now see right next to the kitchen, you see stairs
We go
going down, and you're going to go down the stairs into the cellar. Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
So the stairwell by the kitchen leads to a large cellar with a musty and earthy odor emanating from within. You can see no discernible light coming from the cellar. Inside the cellar, a multitude of wine racks and wooden casks are arranged in rows around you. The floor is hardened earth, with large rough stones forming the walls and foundations of the manse. Large beams made out of dark wood run the expanse of the cellar overhead north to south. Small windows sit at the top of the walls, but they're so caked with dirt and debris from the outside that they don't let any light through anymore. Only a fraction of the wine racks are full, and that still leaves over 100 bottles. At a nearby open cask, you see the remains of some unrecognized vegetable, now reduced to a brown mush.
On second thought, maybe I wouldn't store my important documents here. Shall we search around and do an
I don't think he's gonna put them in like the wine bottles. Like if you get something that important, you're hiding it.
Gonna do an investigation check or a perception check? What would we do to just kind of...
Do you want to do a perception check first, just to see what you see,
Yeah,
and then an investigation based off that? Usually a good idea.
good call.
22.
I can see all sorts of shit.
Yeah, you've got that dark vision. Amran's got a 13, or Wizard Claws has a 21. So the two natural dark vision users, you see that this room is, first of all, you know that it's not as big as the rest of the manse.
Mm-hmm.
It is just a small portion of the manse, just the cellar that was built in. And you see a mark. I don't know if you can see this brown mark. Do you see this mark?
Ping it. I don't know what you're talking about.
No. Oh, good. I sent it. There you go. Now you see it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because I put it on the GM layer just in case you didn't see it. So you see this. This looks like drag marks. It looks like somebody was dragged from that top right edge and they were dragged up the stairs.
Somebody?
Something. I mean, you
Thing.
see, like it looks like 2 heel marks, like some body was dragged.
Yeah.
Denizen, do you see this path leading into the wall?
Yeah, it looks like when you got a drunk buddy and you gotta get him home at the end of the night, you drag his ass up the street. I know this. I've seen this plenty of times.
Yes, well,
Well, considering all the dead bodies, I think it might be rather more ominous than
Yeah,
a
well,
bit too much wine.
I didn't grow up in that rough a neighborhood.
yes, well, certainly they can't pass through a wall, so that means only one thing, though, doesn't it?
Ghosts.
Ghosts. This manse is full. No, of
Right.
course, there must be a secret door of sorts. Help me find it.
All right. So you're looking for secret doors. Lord Wizard Claws, are you just looking?
I think he's just gonna look. Like sitting in front of where the track marks go, he's looking
Mhm.
at it and just looking for seams along the wall or maybe some mechanism or trigger.
Mm-hmm.
Could that be investigation?
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't you have like plus to some perception or something? Is it hearing?
Hearing, yeah. Or no, sniffing. Sorry, smelling. Smells.
You
All
smell any draft? Any wind coming through?
Yeah. So investigation, you look and you don't see any
Damn.
any secret passages. You do smell something, and it's for you. It's kind of striking because even through this musk, you can smell that. Surprising to you that it's actually a little bit of urine. It seems like whoever was here and dragged out was so scared that they wet themselves before they dragged out. You're not smelling that. It doesn't look like somebody was trying to get anywhere. They're just trying to hide. So maybe this doesn't have. It's not that somebody was dragged out from a secret door.
Oh, perhaps I was mistaken. In my haste, I think I might have suggested there was a door here, but perhaps it was just someone who was taken away. There's signs of distress, but perhaps we had not explored all of the secrets of this cellar just yet.
Perhaps not. Is Lord Wizard Claws the only one doing an investigation check or?
Yeah, I want to do some investigating too.
Yeah.
Well, you said perception first, right? I roll a 22.
Yeah. So yeah, with the perception check, you saw that.
Oh yeah, that's where I saw the line, the drag mark.
With that perception check also, you see that those beams on the north, they don't seem to end at this wall, like they span further north, which makes you think that there may possibly be another underground room over there, and it's only for the ones on the east side.
So like in that area that I'm pinging.
Yeah, so like let's say these right here, you see the beams that go north and south at the top. They look like, it's subtle, but it looks like they continue on past this stonework wall.
Can Wizard Claws like hop up there and like walk along them, or is that?
No, they're in the wall. I mean, they're in the stone.
ceiling.
They're embedded in the stone, but they don't end. Like it looks like they are, just based on foundation. You have over here, north of here, you have solid rock foundation, so they don't need it. But over here, it looks like on the other side of this wall, you don't know where, but there could be another hollow, something else that would need more support for the rest of the house, just based on structure. This isn't. This wasn't put in because of anything besides to keep the house from falling down. Even the most secret passage needs to make sure that it doesn't collapse.
There's still OSHA standards for secret passages.
Yeah, there still is, the construction standards. You need to make sure that if you have...
Yeah, the Architects Guild, I mean, they'll kick you right out.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, if you're trying to escape and your tunnel falls on you, that's unfortunate.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, and it happens. You're a
It does
shoddy
happen.
craftsman. Shoddy craftwork.
Can't cut corners.
All right, so we discovered that there is a secret somewhere. And on that note, we're going to have to end. Because I got people coming over.
Oh, I understand.
Cookout.
Yes.
And then we've been playing for a while, and I'm losing the ability to speak in his voice, which is
Fair
usually
enough.
a good enough indicator.
Yeah. That's it for this week's episode. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast if you haven't already, and head over to +1togaming.com for more live discussions, actual plays, character creation tips, and more. You can also join us live every Sunday on Twitch at twitch.tv/+1togaming. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll catch you next time.